What's going on YouTube? It's Forever Zawai and I am back with another video. Today I'm going to show you guys how I make this super fun, super cute baby shark cake. And this video is going to be really detailed, so you guys want to make sure that you stay tuned for the entire video. And if you have not, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and we're going to go ahead and jump right into the video. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and start off with the plain buttercream frosted cake. And in case anyone wanted to know, this is a 3-layer cake. The pans that I used to make this cake were all 9 inches wide and 2 inches in height. Okay, so the fondant that I'm using, this is a Wilton Decorator Preferred fondant, and I'm just going to go ahead and tear those into smaller pieces because fondant is really firm and hard to work with when you first take it out the box. So I'll just work it into my hands and just to make it a little bit more softer and easier to work with. I am using a pastry mat. I did order this mat off Amazon. I will post a link in the description bar if anyone is interested. And I did just go ahead and sprinkle this mat with some powdered sugar to keep my fondant from sticking to the mat. And I'm going to go ahead and color this fondant with some food coloring. Now this is a sky blue food coloring from the brand AmeriColor. I did buy this food coloring from my local cake supply store, but they do sell this on Amazon as well. Okay, and I did go ahead and color that other piece of fondant off camera. So basically what I'm going to go ahead and do is smooth and flatten that fondant out with my fondant roller. I did order this off Amazon. If anyone is interested, I will have the link to this in the description bar below. And I do want to let you guys know that I did actually add another box of fondant to this. It just wasn't looking like enough fondant. I just wanted to make sure that I had enough to cover my entire cake. So this is how it actually looks with 2 boxes of fondant. And guys, I really don't know how thick or thin I roll my fondant. I just kind of eyeball it. You know, you don't want it too thin because it'll rip, but you don't want it too thick either. Fondant is just one of those things you kind of have to practice a little bit to try to get it down packed. And so what I'll do is I'll normally pick up my fondant, I'll roll it over my fondant roller and just place it over the cake. So you want to go ahead and just place it over the cake and just smooth it out as best as possible. Okay, now as you guys can tell, my fondant work is far from perfect. I still have a lot of improvements to make when it comes to laying fondant. But you guys, if you lay your fondant over your cake and see that it rips or it tears, don't worry about it, because with this particular cake, we're going to actually have the opportunity to cover that up. So just make sure that you lay the fondant as best as possible. Like I mentioned earlier, fondant is just one of those type of things where it just takes a lot of time and practice to actually get it down packed. So like I said, if you see a rip or if you see a tear, don't worry about it, because we're going to have an opportunity to cover that up. You won't even see it. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my fondant tool, and basically what I'll do with this is I'll just push that excess fondant underneath the cake just to make the edges a little bit more smoother. If you have a knife, you can do the same thing with the knife. And these are my edible images. They are so cute. So you guys, I just bought these from one of my Facebook friends. She doesn't have a website or anything like that. But if you're interested, just let me know in the comment section below, and I can definitely go ahead and leave you her information to Facebook. In case you guys are interested in purchasing some of her images. She does print these off wafer paper. So basically what I'm going to go ahead and do is take my X-Acto knife and I'm going to go ahead and carve out those images. Okay, so once I'm done carving an image, I'm just going to go ahead and roll out a piece of fondant Now you want this fondant to be really flat because you're going to go ahead and put the image on top of the fondant. And guys, I did wet the fondant before I put the image on there so that way the image can stick. But you guys want to wet the fondant lightly, like really light. You don't want the fondant to be wet because it will ruin your images. What I did was I wet a paper towel and I dapped the wet paper towel on the fondant so it can be slightly wet because if it's too wet it will ruin your image. And once you put the image on the fondant, you want to make sure that it's completely dry from the water before you start carving it out. Okay, and once you're done, this is how your image should look. I love laying the images on fondant because it gives it more of a 3D effect. As you can see, they're so pretty. I did do the other ones off camera. So basically what I'm going to go ahead and do is just lay those images on that cake. This is just a cup of water and there's a paintbrush that I just got from Walmart, I believe. And I'm just going to go ahead and wet the back of the fondant with the brush and just lay them on the cake. And okay guys, the customer that I'm making this cake for, her son is turning 2 years old, so I'm going to go ahead and put a 2 on the side of the cake with fondant. I will definitely leave the link to this mold in the description bar below. I'm just going to go ahead and use some leftover fondant that I had from a previous cake, and I'm just going to go ahead and place that fondant into the mold. I'm going to use 4 different colors just to give it a more colorful look. It's so pretty when you do it that way, guys. All you want to do is just place the fondant, each color behind the previous color, and then when you're done you're going to go ahead and just mash them in with your fingers just to blend them all in, and this will be actually the look. It is so pretty. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and wet the back of that and just stick it onto the cake. Okay, so I did go ahead and order this seashell mold off of Amazon. I will leave the link down below. And I will say that this mold did not release the fondant very easily. So I did have to take some powdered sugar and place it inside the mold. So I would suggest if you do order this mold to put powdered sugar so that way it doesn't stick. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do is mold out a few seashells and starfish. Okay, once you mold your seashells, this is kind of how it should look. I'm just going to go ahead and take this Pearl Sheen food coloring from the brand Americolor, and I'm just going to use my airbrush machine and I'm just going to spray these seashells. This step is completely optional. I just did it to give the seashells more of a realistic look and just to give them a little bit of a shine. Next, I'm just going to go ahead and make some little like seagrass decorations for the side of the cake. And I'm just going to go ahead and use this CMC powder. Now this will be equivalent to Tylose powder. Now what this does is it hardens the fondant and makes the fondant really stiff. And I'm doing this because the little seagrass decorations that I'm doing on the cake need to kind of stand up on the side of the cake, so I need the fondant to be firm enough to stand up on the side of the cake. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some of that on the fondant and just smooth the fondant out with that roller. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my X-Acto knife and just cut some slits in the fondant. The slits don't have to be perfect because I kind of want the seagrass to kind of be different sizes, so you just want to go ahead and cut some slits in your fondant. Okay, and once I've cut my fondant into these strips, I'm going to go ahead and take it and just twist it just to give it more of an under the sea look. And if you guys don't have any CMC powder or Tylose powder, that's still fine. What I would suggest doing is just cutting your fondant in those strips and just setting them on a counter because fondant does harden over time. I just like to use the powder because it does make the fondant harden immediately, so you don't have to wait for it to sit to harden. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and roll out a piece of white fondant. And once I roll this fondant and get it really flat, I'm just going to go ahead and take one of my piping tips. I don't remember the number to this tip, but it's just a circular piping tip. You can probably use anything that will create little circles in the cake. And these little circles will be used on the cake just to give it an effect of under the sea air bubbles. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and decorate the cake, and I'll just let you guys see how I decorate it because at this point it's just kind of self-explanatory, and I do want to let you guys know the only thing that I used to make the decoration stick to the cake was water. Okay, and I did go ahead and put a glove on for this part because those airbrush decorations that I sprayed were still kind of wet. So I did go ahead and put a glove on because I didn't want the food coloring to get on my hands. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and take these alphabet stickers that I purchased from my local Walmart, and I'm just going to go ahead and spell the baby's name on the cake. This cake was for a baby named Isaac, so I'm just going to go ahead and spell baby Isaac on the cake using these stickers. And I thought it would be really fun and cute to do it this way instead of cutting the letters out with fondant. Okay, and I did go ahead and crush up some graham crackers, and I'm just going to go ahead and place it around the cake just to make it look like sand. And okay guys, this is the finished look. I really love the way this cake turned out. And if you enjoyed it too, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. I do post more of my work on Instagram, so make sure that you are connected with me on Instagram at forever_Zawad. That's FOREVER_ZWAI. And guys, let me know in the comment section below if you would like to see me post more videos like this, and I'll definitely put more videos like this out there for you guys. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.